We're going to look at some charts today. We're going to look at SPY. We're going to look at Qqqy for the Qqqy holders. We're going to look at SVOL. And we're going to look at Tesla today. And whenever time you think the market's going bad and it's getting horrible and you think you're going to lose all your money, do this exercise, my friends. Pull up a 10-year chart, zoom out, look, and breathe. All right, let's get right into Tesla. We're going to go into Tesla on a daily time frame here, 1 year, 1 day chart. And we're coming down to some points of resistance and support through time that has happened. So if we go over here, now, excuse my crude line here, it's just for observation purposes. It's not down to the penny. So do with that as you will. What we see here is there has been some mess right there around our line. Little resistance. Dropped it back down from that line. Just busted through here. Didn't really give much of a way of resistance. But now we're coming down to this area again. That's been support and resistance for a very long time. I went ahead and averaged down on my TSLY position Friday, just because we're coming down to this point. But I want to show you something a little fascinating about Tesla. So let's pull out the weekly chart. All right, so we're going to go to weekly chart, and we just got done with this wedge here. The trend lines are off of this wedge, but it was a wedge, and it got broken through. Well, now look at this. Now we're kind of coming to another wedge. And typically what happens in these wedges is you get dynamic moves up or dynamic moves down, much like we got out of the last wedge we had. But little concerning about Tesla is that this trend line up here at the top, again, it's not to the penny, it's just for observational purposes only, has kept prices in check since, when was this? November 2021, roughly. And it's kept prices in check the whole time. We have a series of lower highs coming in again and again. Now, we can't really feel good about Tesla, honestly, until it breaks above this trend line. And this trend line is declining rapidly as each high continues to be lower and lower than the next, right? This high right here is lower than this high, and so on and so forth. So what does that tell me? Well, that tells me until we break out of it, I better average down on TSLY very slow until it shows me something different, because TSLY follows Tesla. So I'm just averaging in low and slow until Tesla can prove that it's back on a bull and back on a major run. So I'm just taking my time with TSLY because I know that it could go, Tesla meaning it could go much lower. We want to start seeing EMAs looking like this, spread apart, trending up, showing we're in a bull run. Currently, we don't have that. They're all tangled. They're all mixed up, which shows indecision and shows the market can go one way or the other. Let's go to QQQ. So I hold QQQY. We will look at that in just a second, but its underlying is the Qs. If you like this kind of content, please, I would really appreciate a sub on my channel and a like. And please feel free to leave a comment. If you think I'm an idiot because of my technical analysis, please leave a comment, because my wife thinks I'm an idiot. You might think I'm an idiot. That means we'll all get along just great. Okay, so we're looking at the weekly time frame of the Qs right now, and you see we have a trend line here and kind of the same thing that we saw in Tesla, right? A series of what? Lower highs coming down. So until this is broken, it's really hard to be bullish on the market, because I rely on proof, I guess you could say, and I want some kind of confirmation. But for the meantime, for QQQY holders, I'm looking to average in on QQQY when the Qs get to 350. Let's look at this on a daily time frame. So 350 right here looks like a good spot for me to go ahead and average in on Qy, just simply because, again, we've had some, it's been support and resistance. Look at that. 350, we had some support there, and it took off, right? We had a, there. And we've had some messing around here. Look, you got down close to 350 there and went ahead and took a nice rise up there. So we're going to see what happens down here. We're only at 354. We got a few more points to go. Could it get down to not get down to 350 and get like this candle here and get like the 352 or something? Absolutely. So you just got to, if it's close in the ballpark, it's time to make the move because you just don't know when. But what we're not liking overall is a series of lower highs along the way. Now, this is also like the Qs and Tesla. Everything is trending down currently. That doesn't mean it can't turn around. Okay? Let's look at SVOL. We're looking at SVOL here on a daily time frame. You can see my cost basis on SVOL right there. SVOL is really messy. I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs, and look at the EMAs. They're all tangled. They're starting to all turn down. We're getting a death cross there with the 50 and a 100 about to cross the 200, which, oddly enough, sometimes if you get a death cross, this is what people call it, when these EMAs cross the 200, that means that we're heading way lower. Well, oftentimes, that actually signals a bottom. So it's kind of like a reverse thing. Not all the time. Now, this could all death cross and then go all the way down here, down to 2150, and then down to 21. That is entirely possible. However, I'm just telling you, just start seeing people talking about death crosses and SVOL. We might be trying to look for a bottom here. Let's look at the weekly chart on SVOL. Weekly chart actually, for my average price, looks absolutely amazing. As you see, it is up there around 28, and now it's around 21.88 currently, roughly. I'm going to average in on my SVOL position, probably around the $21 mark, maybe $21.50. On the weekly chart, we're nearing these lows. The low for the last 3 years, as you see right here, has been $20.50 roughly. I'm looking to average in pretty soon. So I'm thinking $21.50 to $21. I'll just kind of see how it goes. What we don't like to see in SVOL, particularly in a weekly time frame, is this. Now the EMAs are totally opposite in comparison to parts of the market. The 200, the 150, and 100 are all stacked on top of each other and all going lower. We want to start seeing these EMAs start curling back up and getting tangled and going upwards. So on SVOL, again, we're just going to be patient. Just like everything else going on in the market, we're going to be patient and we're going to let price action dictate. So back to Tesla, when am I going to average in on TSLY? Well, I just did it because we are nearing this level. I will not touch TSLY again until maybe under the 200 mark for sure. Possibly, depending on how it acts over the next 3 weeks, I might have to wait till 150 to average in. I'm just taking my time, being patient. There's no use in throwing a bunch of money at a descending stock. Wait for it to have some support, some kind of bottom before you try to go in heavy. That way you can capture the move back up. Just be patient, my friends. It's all going to be great. I want to show you one thing before I get out of here. Let's go back here to SPY. Let's look at the 10-year chart. And this is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, we are ripping. Everyone told us all these pullbacks were going to be the end of the market. That has never been the case and probably won't be. As long as more people are being born in the world every day than dying, that means more markets and goods of all different sorts are going to be needed. So, what I'm looking for here on a monthly chart, look for some stabilization between the 20-period moving average, which is in white, or the 50-period moving average, which is in green on the monthly chart. We're just going to relax, let the market do its thing, let it pull back, let it collect buyers, and get ready to shoot up again, baby. That's it. Be patient, hold your water. We're all going to be fine. This is Mike, Tactical Stock Scalper out.